Do you want to learn how to land your first cleaning contract and your first employee in the first 7 days? Well, I'm going to show you just how to do that. But first, play that intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Mike Mack from thejanitorialentrepreneur.com, and I help people start, grow, and automate wildly profitable office cleaning businesses. In this video, I'm going to show you how to land your first client and employee in your first week of business. So make sure you stick around to the very end, because I also put together a special bonus just for people who watch all the way through. So you're not going to want to miss that. Okay, so the second cleaning business, my current cleaning business, the one we started when I left my day job prematurely, I had to start it with my last $300. And with no more checks coming in, I didn't have the luxury of time. I didn't have any money to go out there and get accounts. But what I did have was urgency. Okay? I was really motivated to get cleaning clients immediately, because without it, nobody was going to pay my rent. Nobody was going to pay my car bills. Like, bills and bills were piling up on myself and my partner, Jess. And with no income coming in, we were literally in sink or swim mode. Like, if we didn't make it work, we were going to be living at somebody's house. I mean, that's where we were at. Okay, so with that urgency, we realized that we had to think different. We had to stick out, because we couldn't compete with anybody. We knew we needed a client, and we didn't cold call, we didn't cold email, because we felt like if we did that, we'd be underbidding anyway. So we forced ourselves to stick out. It worked, and it worked like a charm. We were able to stick out and land a few clients and then actually catch up on bills, and it felt amazing. So how this video is going to break down is we're going to break it down in stages. And then from there, I'm going to give you the tips under each stage to make sure you land your first client in the first 7 days of business. Okay, so why not start with probably most important part? Get your first client. So when it comes to getting your first client, there are many methods to do so. Some are better than others. But if you're just starting out, I'm assuming you don't have a great deal of budget. And since you don't have a great deal of budget to run any type of ads, print out postcards, sales letters, we're going to keep it really, really, really simple. We're going to use something that we teach, one of the free methods that we teach in our coaching program. It's called the Power Base. Okay? Now, Power Base, I actually learned from this guy named Grant Cardone, right? And this was years ago. He's a sales trainer, and I just said, hey, why not try it for this? And guess what? It works. It works incredibly well. This is how it goes. So the Power Base method is basically you reaching out to people you already know. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, I don't know anybody who owns a business. That's fine. I didn't either. So it happened to us early on. It was kind of reaching out, rekindling old friendships, telling them what we were up to. Like, oh, just started an office cleaning business in the area. Really excited about bringing real great cleaning to schools where we just feel like it's just not happening. And these kids need to be in a space where, it's as germ-free as possible, and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden it was, who do you know? And then it's, ooh, I know this person. Or I know this, oh wow, I didn't think about this, but my wife's cousin works at this school in your area. Wow, could you maybe set up a warm intro? Boom. So let's get specific. How exactly do you make that happen? So what I would suggest is set up a few Zoom calls, okay? Depending on how much time you have will determine how strategic you have to be with your time and setting up these calls, okay? So you try to think to yourself, out of my friends list, who do I know that might know somebody, right? And then from there, you reach out and then you set up a Zoom call. Like, hey, can we catch up? It's been a long time, right? Now, when you would schedule your Zoom call, you start rekindling your friendship and just talking, and it's good to catch up anyway. I mean, we're so isolated from each other. Like, it's the end of 2020, still in our pandemic mode. So you start reaching out and you start talking and just catching up, seeing what they're about. I mean, really be interested. If you're really not interested in them, it's probably not the best way to go. I'm being honest. It's a little bit sleazy, and I do not like sleazy, okay? But it's good to reach out. You reach out, and then, You ask all about them, and then inevitably they're going to ask all about you. And then what do you do from there? Well, you tell them, this is what I'm up to. My fiance and I, we just, I left my job, decided I'm going to start and grow an office cleaning business and give your mission, because people care about why you do it. People don't really care about what you're doing. And if you have a why, like the one I just shared before, is just, I think a lot of cleaning businesses aren't doing the right job, and I want my business to be all about making schools in my area as safe as possible. Whoa, that's cool, because I know this person. It's like, wow, would you be willing to set up like a warm introduction? I would love to know them, or love to get to talk to them, or even see their space and see if maybe it could be a fit. Do you see? Something like that. And it's maybe not every time it's going to be the first person, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes it's the second person or third person. Sometimes it's who they know that knows the person at the school or at the doctor's office or at the dealership. That's how this method works. It works so beautifully. Like, it sounds so easy, and it is easy, and it's very simple. But if you do that, you will absolutely drum up some leads that way. And you'd be surprised. The more Zoom calls you set up, the more opportunities will come your way that you didn't even think were possible. And guess what you spent? You spent $0 to get those leads. Okay, now landing your first employee. This is very important. So a common error a lot of cleaning businesses make is they'll wait for the actual accounts to come in before they start the process of hiring an employee. Now, I'm telling you right now, that is craziness. Now, take it from me, because I used to do it that way, and I'm telling you, what would happen is we never had enough cleaners. We always had more accounts than cleaners. And what happens when you have that? You're overworking employees, or you're overworking yourself. And neither of those are great long term. Short term is fine, but it's really a good habit to get into. As soon as that lead comes in, as soon as you start that process, it's time to start the process of getting your employee, because you don't get an employee like that either, right? It takes a little bit of time. There's a few things in the way, okay? But right now we're going to get into that. So step one is you're going to want to make a job post. Now, you could post a job on places like Craigslist. We use Indeed, Monster. There's plenty of places. You just put that in your Google machine. After you do that, you start weeding through the people. You start reaching out to the people via Zoom. Always like Zoom. Zoom's good because you get a real feel for somebody. On the phone, you don't always get that feel. Okay, so set up a couple of Zoom calls with a few employees, and to keep this video terribly short, kind of just who do you vibe with, right? In the very beginning, it's just kind of like, hey, I have an account. I'm a brand new cleaning business. I have an account that's coming up. It's right in your area. I'm still I'm gauging interest. I have other people to talk to, but kind of like, what's your interest level? What's your availability? How much are you looking to earn? Weekly, monthly, bi-weekly? You could just ask those questions. And then from there, let's say this is the one, then you email the person that you actually intend to hire and let them know. Say, hey, I have something that's, we're very close to bringing on board, and we also have other things in the work. Keep them interested. And it's true, you are building a business, you have other things in the works, your intention is to get more clients. So you keep them interested and just say, hey, I will be reaching out, and hopefully in the next few days, if not, maybe a week or two, but I will be reaching out to you shortly. In that process, you have two things going at once. You started the process to get your first client. You started the process to get your first employee. Land that client, start that employee, boom. Rinse, repeat. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you got immense value, and I truly hope you put these things into motion, because you will have your first client and your first employee going almost immediately. But that's it for this video. Like I said, if you liked the video, drop a like. If you have any questions, drop a comment. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. Very, very important. And if you're interested in starting your office cleaning business, but you want a little more information before you do that, well, below this video, I put together a few resources absolutely for free to make sure this is an informed decision for you. All right? Well, that's all I got. I'm gonna see you on Friday, aren't I? Will I see you next Friday? No. Promise me you'll be here next Friday. Peace out.